This is Allie.
And this is David.
And you're listening to For the Culture.
I tell them take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash on them. Flip it fast on them. Take off the mask on them. Show the world who you are.
Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go. Tell me when to go.
Are you good to go?
Okay. Hey everyone, this is Allie. So today on For the Culture, David and I, we talk about Snoop's gospel album. We talk about South Carolina's secession. Black Panther is making waves by being the first movie that gets played in the Saudi cinema. Kenya Barris, is he moving to Netflix? Kris Jenner is Kanye's new manager. Night School, they put out a new trailer. Black Panther doing big things. And Roseanne got rebooted. Also, for why did Eddie Murphy put out a reggae album? So stay tuned for our conversation. So my girl Tiffany Haddish is coming out with another project with Kevin Hart called Night School. And I saw the trailer. And right now I want to give it like a 6 or a 7. I want it to be an 8 or a 9, but I'm giving it a 6 or a 7
that
right
seems
now.
high for a movie that we don't even know anything about.
What do you mean? So you didn't understand the concept of it, or what do you mean?
I get the concept of it, but at the same time, it's a stretch. The concept is a stretch, of course, because it's a comedy movie. But at the same time, are they supposed to get together? Do they end up in a relationship because they start playing around in the trailer?
Yeah.
They start flirting a little bit, making jokes. Or are they just gonna be good friends? Like, I don't know.
I thought he was in a relationship.
He is, but you saw it during the trailer. She kept doing those cuts. They did a cut of Tiffany Haddish, and they did the woman in the bed. Tiffany Haddish, then the woman walking into a building. There's going to be some type of conflict with that about who he should be with. And then he's probably going to end up like being a teacher. He's going to end up turning into a teacher instead of going work on Wall Street like he was supposed to.
Okay, so because of that, it doesn't deserve a 6 or a 7?
I didn't say it doesn't deserve it for that reason. I'm saying it just seems like a weak plot is going to be just for their comedy because neither one of them are strong plot movies. The thing about them is that it's just going to be funny. And it's going to be trying to make you laugh from scene to scene. And you missed the ride along. Like the producers of Ride Along are producing this as well. Okay. And I miss... Ride Along was a good movie also. I can't say it wasn't a great movie.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Award-winning great movie. But it was a good movie that I liked to watch and had a little bit of a storyline that I could follow that was funny as well. Maybe because Ice Cube isn't just an all-out comedian. And what makes his him funny
would you call that dark humor? What he portrays? That's dark humor, right?
He's still goofy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just that he is so serious.
Yeah.
I don't really call it dark humor because nothing about his humor is really dark. It's not about death or anything like that. But it's solemn and it's a different type of comedy than Kevin Hart, so it has that clash. But him and Tiffany Haddish are
They're both on the same plane. Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
And I think it would have been awesome to be on the set watching them do take after take.
Yeah, that must have been really good.
But I don't know if it's going to be a great movie.
So right now, with just seeing that one trailer that they released, what kind of rating would you give it?
I give it a 5.
A 5.
I give it a 5. I mean, I'm pushing for a 5.
And you're pushing, so you're like dragging that 5 out.
Like it's a 4 in the possible. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's a 5. It's a 4 in the possible, and give me a 5.
Wow. So I bet you didn't like, what was that movie he did with Will Ferrell?
Oh, where he was going to jail. With Will Ferrell. No, I hated that movie.
Wow, I liked it.
I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan.
You didn't like Elf?
Hell no.
Oh my goodness.
I did not like Elf. The best movie that Will Ferrell did that I like was when were they going back to college or had a frat house where he's running through the quad naked. You know where he was streaking.
Animal House?
No, it wasn't Animal House. They were all grown men, and they ended up getting some type of...
Wait, Wilson? Something Wilson?
Owen Wilson's brother.
Yeah.
Yes. And I hate that I say this. Owen Wilson's brother. But he has his own name, but I cannot think of it. So, but that movie was a good movie with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He had just enough Will Ferrell in it.
Yeah.
So it had a funny parts, and then they got away from him.
Oh my goodness. So you didn't like the movie he did with what's his name, where they were cops.
Or who was cops? Who was the cop?
Will Ferrell and what's his face? They were cops.
More than likely, no.
And oh my goodness! And I just remember the scene where the homeless people were having their way in his car, and everybody kept getting on him for
That's
it.
the one that had Wesley, not Wesley Snipes, but Samuel L. Jackson.
Jackson, yeah,
and The Rock in it. Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
The other guys.
Huh?
The other guys.
The other guys.
Yeah.
And
that
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark
is
Wahlberg,
funny.
yes.
I like Mark Wahlberg's funny, but even then, it wasn't a great movie. Like
what?
It wasn't a great movie.
That movie
funny.
was
It made
funny.
me chuckle, but it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so it made you laugh. It had a good storyline.
I know. I said it made me chuckle.
Oh, sorry.
It made me chuckle.
Made you chuckle.
That movie didn't make me laugh. Now, Mark Wahlberg and Ted, I think they did too. But the first one, that made me laugh.
Really?
Yes, Ted made me laugh.
Okay.
So
I'm so on Ted. Okay.
I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's a comedic genius. I think he can write real well.
Yeah.
But I don't like to listen. It's kind of like what's that guy's name that Malibu's Most Wanted? Jamie Kennedy. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Jamie Kennedy fan.
Yeah, somebody, I can't remember, but it was somebody you compared to Jamie Kennedy comedy, and I was like, wow, that was a dig. That was a real dig.
It might have been Monique.
Real dig right
I don't
there.
like either one of them. And I don't think either one of them are funny.
Oh my goodness.
I think they have these characters they both play that are funny to people.
Yeah.
They're the Tyler Perry of comedy. So I don't really care.
Oh man. Okay, so you're just gonna give it a 5. All right. Well, I'm giving it a 6 or a 7, and I hope that it can be an 8 or a 9. That's what I'm hoping. Wait a minute.
So you're giving it a 6 or 7, hoping for an 8, or you're giving it a 6 or 7, and you'll be content if it's a 6 or 7.
Yes.
I just had two things.
I'm agreeing with both of them.
Okay.
If I go into a movie and it's a 6 or a 7, I will be content because I'm like, all right, I went in thinking that would be a 6 or a 7, and then if it turns out to be an 8 or a 9, I'll be like, oh,
okay, I can give you that. I can give you that.
I like it. Yeah,
I can give you that. I will go see it.
Mm-hmm.
I will go see it. I'll definitely give them my money. I like both comedians.
Yeah,
I like both of them in movies more than I like them in stand up.
Yes, I will agree with you on that too.
Especially more recently with Kevin Hart. Like I love Kevin Hart's first couple of stand-ups. They were hilarious. They were different. But then he was in all the movies and the TV shows, and you got tired of his character because he plays himself.
Yeah,
he's essentially himself. I'm not saying he's putting on an act. He's playing himself, and you get tired of that.
Yes,
and everything.
I agree.
So I like watching when he just says something funny in some clip that some news person grabs because he's a funny person.
Yeah.
But that's my thing with Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it made me think about the movie The Wedding Ringer, where he was like hired to be the best man. Mm-hmm. That's what it made me think about. I'm like, really? Even in that, you're going to be the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I was really looking forward to Central Intelligence with The Rock, and that one let me down.
It let me down too, and I like The Rock.
Yeah.
And The Rock doesn't like black people, but
what?
I like The Rock.
He's half black, isn't he?
He does not stand for black
people
at all.
He acknowledges his black heritage.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He does not, and he is separating himself from black women. He does not.
Oh.
He has not and will not ever embrace his black heritage.
I don't know. Okay, if you say so, I still like him.
He has a lot of things going on, and I like him in his show. I cannot think of the name of his show, the one that's on Showtime.
Oh, Ballers?
Yes, Ballers is a great show.
Yeah,
it has
I really like it.
Denzel Washington's son on it, which is a great actor. There's a lot of great people on that show. And it makes it a really good show because of everything that's going on. It takes you to a world that we aren't always privy to.
Yeah.
So I really like that show. I really like his character in that show. I think that he is destined for a lot of great things. But,
who, The Rock?
Yes, but I agree. But what happens when being big and strong isn't working for you anymore? What happens when the Arnold Schwarzenegger syndrome happens and
then you just you come back in the movies as a big old muscly guy? Because Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, they did that movie where they were trapped in the jail, like in the prison, and then they had to escape. So because it's different for actors versus actresses. Like you can be an old actor and they'll still use you in those hyper masculine roles, whereas with actresses, once they get older, it's like, okay, now you can't be seen as sexy anymore. So
right, because a lot of them aren't sexy anymore. But there's this thing that is there's this thing about it is that, like we were talking about before, your Diane Keatons, your Helen Mirrens.
Yeah.
We love them. And at the same time, your
Angela Bassett,
Betty White.
Yeah.
And Viola Davis.
Yes.
So
all great examples.
Of what? They're proving my example that they're still in the conversation of top grossing people. Things that they go out for a gig, they will get a gig.
Yeah.
So,
well, I meant that they can still play roles where the character is deemed or viewed as sexy.
I don't think Helen Mirren has been playing very many sexy roles.
Which, when she was in Red,
that was a sexy role. That was satire. That was satire
of the whole Bond-like movies, right. Yes,
and so
but her role was
satire
still
of a sexy person. So they were like, okay, she's not sexy, but we can make her the sex appeal for this movie. Therefore, it's like, I'm gonna tell you what to like.
That you can say that about any movie. I'm gonna tell you what to like because that's how they're presenting it.
Let me tell you something. If you watch Red in complete silence, and you just saw the movie, you're like, okay, well, all these old people on the screen. That's what you're going to say. But then you turn around and watch a movie with young people on it, and you can look at somebody on there like, oh, that's a sexy person. They're playing this certain role. Like the James Bond. Like, what's his name?
Daniel Craig.
When Daniel Craig's on, think, oh, that's a sexy person. Or and whoever the leading lady is on there. When Halle was in the Bond movies, she's sexy in the Bond movie. They didn't have to say that you're going to like this sexy person in here, or you're going to make this person sexy.
It's because on a broad scale, that person will be viewed as sexy. And what I'm getting at is that as they get older, as actresses get older, now they're not given those roles the same. And I think that with Helen Mirren in Red, she was given that opportunity to play that sexy role. Okay. And I don't care what you say.
And it's still
that's
satire.
How I viewed
but
it.
It's satire.
That's how I viewed it.
But it's
that's
satire.
how it was.
But it's satire. So it's still in the same sense. They're telling you that she's sexy in this role so that you perceive it that way. It's not something that you readily jump to being like, oh, she's sexy in this. No, that's not what you, in my mind, personally. I'm just saying about me. That's the person where I go to it.
Thank you for adding that. See, this whole time, that's what I was trying to get you to say. In my opinion, the way I view it, how I look at it.
Everything that I say is in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I have no reason or right to speak for anybody else. Mm-hmm. I'm going to always speak in my opinion. I don't like to have to say in my opinion every time I say something. Mm-hmm. Like in the show we both
I was just thinking in The Good Wife. Yeah, I was just thinking.
In The Good Wife, in my opinion, it had to be said. But it doesn't have to be said. We know that when I'm talking,
it's
usually,
implied.
It's implied. It's my opinion. Okay. Because I can't speak for anybody. I can't speak for you. I can't speak for my wife.
Yeah.
It's just in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to just have to say it in my head. In my opinion. Okay.
But see, I love Helen Mirren. I love her role. I love her as a strong character.
Yes.
I love Diane Keaton as the goofy mother or grandmother. She's perfect for that role. She really
is, yeah.
And in fact, that she doesn't care, like, she will do a naked scene in a movie still.
Yeah.
Because she claims that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing perverse about that. I like them in their roles, but again, men also, as they grow older, there's not a lot of men walking around without their shirts on. There's not a lot of people that do that still. Like, you might get your Brad Pitts that still do it, but
Brad Pitt's only like in his late 40s, probably.
Right? Okay, but you're not going to get Bruce Willis isn't going to walk around with his shirt off anymore.
Wait, he did it in Red. He was in Red too.
Yeah, but Red was also 10 years ago.
Oh, it was?
Red was a while ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We keep saying 10 years. We always go back 10 years when we talk. Like we stopped watching movies for some reason.
From that time period, yeah.
Like there was no good movies.
No good movies after that.
Yeah, Red. No, I was wrong. It was 8 years ago. I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, Red was 8 years ago.
Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis is another actress that I was thinking about as we were listing women that, embrace themselves as they get older.
And
they're not ashamed.
That is what's sexy.
Yeah.
Embracing that and living in that is what's sexy.
Yeah.
Not you just being on the screen anymore.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. So So Kerry Washington jumps on the screen, and she imbues sexuality and beautiful and all these different things. And that is what she's going to be. But she can also play a role to where she could button up, put on a jacket and a long trench coat or whatever, and she will still be able to play an amazing role. So I don't think that part of it is the only part of female roles that we should be interested in, because you do have your other actresses that are out there killing the game with just being talented people.
I agree.
Because I think that's just how we don't look at things.
Yeah. So another movie that we do agree on is Black Panther. And they're doing really, really, really well. Yes. They are now the third highest grossing U.S. theatrical release after Avatar and Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars. Yes, The Force Awakens. You have to say that. You have to say that.
Sorry.
Because there's so many other Star Wars. There's so many horrible ones at that. Yeah. But there were always going to be people to go watch it and follow it. Yeah. But you have to think, that is an amazing step. Yes. And that's domestically. They are number 3 domestically. Yeah. Worldwide, they're number 10. But that's still an amazing number.
Number 10 out of all the films. Right. In the whole world. The whole world. That's amazing.
Yes. And with that, what's also amazing about this movie is it took a black movie. It took a movie directed, starred, produced by a group of black people to open cinema in Saudi again. Yes. That's crazy.
Yes. That's awesome.
It was an Inception.
Their ban, I think their ban has been on for 35 years. And now the new prince of Saudi Arabia, he's a little, I don't want to use the word liberal because they're still a conservative nation, but he's not as conservative as his predecessors. And so, they started allowing women to drive. And now this is one of the things that they're moving towards, which is to allow people to see movies that are not centered in that area. And guess what movie is going to be played?
The first movie. He wanted to see Lupita do that dance. That's what all it was. He wanted to see Lupita do that dance. And it's an amazing movie. Yeah. And for that to be the movie that they debut cinema in Saudi again is a big step for that movie and those actors that put that movie on. And another thing that Avengers Infinity War is coming. And I'm not going to say that it's going to beat Black Panther, but it's coming strong for Black Panther. It's also breaking some records with sales and things like that, pre-sales, because I believe it comes out April 26th. Okay. I believe that's the date it comes out. And a big chunk of it takes place in Wakanda.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yes. Even in the trailer, a lot of it, the trailer was in Wakanda. The closing scene from Black Panther where you see Bucky, he's in Wakanda. So there's all these different, these big parts of Black Panther that are going to be in it.
They're going to be in it. Oh, okay. So now I should check it out. Oh, no, because I have not been following the world. Is it Marvel, right? Yes. Okay, I got it right. MCU. It's a Marvel world, and so Marvel Universe. I haven't been following because we were talking about this, and I was like, "Oh, should I watch this and this?" And you were like, "Well, if you're gonna watch this, then you need to watch all of these." I was like, "Oh, that's too much. I'm gonna just go support Black Panther. I'm gonna just go support Black Panther."
Start hitting it. But see, the thing is that people is bringing a whole new group of MCU fans, Marvel fans to the Marvel Universe. And Disney was very intelligent about that because now Black Panther, I think you're going to get a little snippet of Black Panther in all these new Marvel movies coming up.
So that they could attract that audience.
Right. Because they see that black moviegoers are people that are going to bring money into your for your film. Yes. So why wouldn't you continue to utilize that? Disney isn't stupid. Yeah. They're going to use Black Panther. Then the Infinity War is going to take place there, and then the MCU, the people who are running that MCU, just bought all the X-Men. So now the X-Men are part of the MCU now. You might see a Black Magneto or something coming out soon. Like we don't know. We know we got Storm, of course. The only black character anybody ever thinks of is Storm. Yeah. But I mean, you got Gambit. He was Cajun. I'm gonna say that he was mulatto. He was black in my mind. Gambit. I don't know why I'm getting stuck on this X-Men thing, but I think that there will be a lot more black characters that we see.
Nice. Representation matters.
It does matter, and I don't even care if it's because of a greed that Disney has to make money.
Yeah.
As this being a byproduct of it, it's acceptable.
Yeah, but when has when has consumerism and movies, art, when has it not been about money?
During Jim Crow era, when they wouldn't allow us to do certain things with our money, when they wouldn't allow us to invest our money certain ways. So they were turning away our money.
Yeah.
In those factions. But in retail, they would always take our money. Of course. But you couldn't invest your money. You couldn't buy property. Yeah. And with all these different things, you would still be advancing their pockets. But they did stop us in those senses.
Yeah. Well, what a time to live in. What a time to live in, so that our money, it matters.
Yeah, what a time to live in. We got states that want to succeed from the union.
So South Carolina is in the news again because they want to secede from the union. And I'm pretty sure this is not the first time that this has been brought up. And then with the unfortunate shooting that happened there, they're fighting for their gun law rights, but why does that have to resort to secession?
I think they are the South Carolina in this sense to me is the abusive boyfriend, to where it's like they're gonna go way overboard and say something stupid and emotionally abusive. Okay. Go way overboard, say something stupid, and then try to get you to come back and rationalize it and try to make amends. So we're succeeding from the union. What do we got to do to not let that happen? Yeah. What do we as the United States? I'm like, they can't do anything on their own. Let them go. Let them go and see what happens. Let's see what happens. You don't get any more funding from federal. Yeah. You're only going to work with the money you got. And this is South Carolina. This isn't New York.
Or California. Right. Because I think California has like the third largest economy in the world, where if they were to secede, they could manage on their own.
No, I don't know about that. There's only one state in my mind that could succeed from the union and be good.
And that's
Texas.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say Texas.
Because we've done it before. So South Carolina's done it before too. But they put it in legislation. They never really did it. Yeah. We did it. We were our own country. And so if any state were to do something like that, I could see Texas. Texas has a landmass that could probably, in sense, carry it as its own state. Yeah. So, but beyond all that, it's not going to happen. Yeah. They're not going to do it because what's going to happen at that point? They're going to lose all their money. Yeah. And now you're going to have to get new laws in place and new border control things in place. Yeah. If you succeed from the union, okay, now you can't just drive into Georgia. You can't just drive into North Carolina. Yeah. Where's your passport?
Oh my goodness.
Where's your passport? Yeah. Let me see your passport.
And then you got to drive all the way around. Yes. And then it defeats the purpose because 95 takes you all the way down.
And they're going to cut 95. They're going to drop 95. They're going to put a wall up. That's where they're going to put the wall. Let North Carolina's going to put a wall around the border of South Carolina. Period. That's what's going to happen.
Oh my goodness. Well, so far they just have introduced the bill to allow the debate to happen. So it's just, they're just getting the balls rolling. It's not really, being implemented yet.
Here's the question. Now, this is my big question. That is this just to get the ball rolling about South Carolina's succession from the Union, or is it about all of the Confederate states?
So you think that, let's say, it does go through. They're able to secede, that other states that are a part of the Confederacy will be like, we're going to join you too?
I don't think it's like that. I think it won't go through. But I think I just don't think it'll go through.
In this hypothetical.
Well, in this hypothetical, even then, I don't think it'll go through. Okay. So I think it is opening the conversation, because they couldn't do it on their own. Mm-hmm. Now, opening the conversation to say Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, now if y'all really want to, we could go ahead and pull away and we could be our own little group within this, and we'll try to find out, because we have people in power now that could allow something to work and something to work out to where we are still benefiting from this. But now people can't tell us what to do with our gun laws. People can't tell us what to do with our Confederate flags and things like that. So if it opens that conversation, I could see that being a reason for this. I've gotten past people doing things for the moment now in my life.
So you think everybody's being strategic?
They have to be. The world we live in, people have to be strategic.
You want people to be strategic.
Yes, because how simple-minded can a person be to say that one day I'm one of the poorest states in the country to say I'm going to succeed from the greatest country in the world? Mm-hmm. How ignorant is that? and because
they think they could do it.
To think about that. So now if they succeed from the United States of America, that leaves them open. So now what if China comes in and invades South Carolina? Mm-hmm. They succeeded. They ain't got nothing to do with the United States.
Yeah.
Let them have it.
Oh no!
Yeah, your cousin Buki and them that live in Charlotte. Buki and them that live in Charlotte. They're taken over by China. China runs them. Yeah, and you can't just travel in there. And now China has a foothold in North America. Yeah. To just invade the rest of the America if they wanted to. Not saying that they would do that. Russia might, but I'm not saying that China would do that. But it opens that door. So strategically, they have to be thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead. Okay. And all these people going to all these different colleges, learning strategic planning and learning Six Sigma, all these different things they're learning. You have to be formulating some type of plan for a better way of life in the end.
Okay. That I can agree with, because I do think that anybody who brings forth these different ideas, whether it's new laws, new proposals, they're bringing it because in their mind, this is what's best for them. This is what's best for their people. So I will agree with you on that, because I don't think people are just bringing forth these ideas just because. I do think they feel this is the way we need to be, the way we need to move forward. So yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And if South Carolina thinks they can do it, more power to you. I mean, I used to live in Augusta, Georgia, which was on the border of South Carolina. Mm-hmm. And actually, my church was in South Carolina. So then I wouldn't even be able to go to my church in South Carolina. I'd have to go through and get inspected. I'd have to have my passport with me. I don't want to.
And what about the sports teams? Where would the Panthers go?
I mean, they got to win first. I mean, if they were winning, it'd be a different story. But, I mean... So I'm not worried about that. Let the sports team. It's only one team. I mean,
that's all. Yeah, that's all I know. The Panthers.
Yeah, because I think, and they're not really that relevant. Wait a minute, the Panthers. That's not South Carolina.
No, don't they represent both? They represent both the Carolinas.
But they're just Charlotte.
They're just called the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, but they're in Charlotte. South Carolina does. I don't think they. Oh. I don't know why I was going along with that in my mind. Like, it was just like I was just thinking that they were the Charlotte or the Columbia Panthers or something. Oh. But yeah, that's Charlotte. So I don't know if they do or not. Now I know that like Toronto, the Toronto Raptors represents all of Canada. Okay. So they might. Yeah. But I don't know.
They represent both.
So there's also a lot of things going on. So also this week, so we went all the way from TV to movies, but let's go back to TV real fast and talk about Roseanne. Have you been watching it?
No, I haven't.
I've seen the episode.
Okay, so you're gonna have to take the lead on this, unless it's about my opinion, which I can definitely share.
Right, and this is something that I listen to some other podcasts, and I've been listening to some other people talk about this, and I kind of agree that this was a time for this show to be on the air. Okay, like it's almost like the TV show Outdoor Man with Tim Allen. Mm-hmm. To where both of these are very conservative shows that have a place on TV because there's people who will watch them. Mm-hmm. But right now, everything you see on TV is a very liberal, lineup. Yeah. And for them to introduce this show, there's going to be people who are going to watch it because they don't have anything else. They have all these other shows who are telling them they're horrible people. Yeah, they are following a horrible plan. Mm-hmm. So this is something that says you're normal. Yeah, you can feel this way. You can watch this show and feel comfortable in your beliefs. Yeah. So I think that this is an open door for plenty of shows like that. Yeah. Just how with Issa Rae has come out and created all these black shows because they've noticed that black people want to be represented in TV. Yes. Well, these these people in the right wing wants to be represented on television as well. Yes. So there's a place for it.
I don't know. It made me think about Archie Bunker as you were talking about having conservative representation. It made me think about him in that show. Yeah.
And there was a lot more racist time openly. Well, I can't even say openly racist time because right now it's horrible. But it was a more secluded time as a black person to be on TV. Yeah. And when Archie Bunker was on. So that was the open view of so many people. Yeah. Now with minorities growing in this country and the amount of us here and the things that we're doing, you can't openly be racist in certain ways. So let's create a show that supports
conservative views.
That's going to make money. And you're not going to boycott ABC.
Why not?
Because Blackish is on ABC.
Oh, okay.
You can't boycott it. You can't. We're going to boycott 30 minutes or an hour of ABC? That makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Because when the show comes out and they do the ratings, they'll see, okay, all right, we're not doing as well as we thought we would be doing.
Well, in this one block, let me tell you something. Every time that somebody says they're going to boycott something, the other side vamps up and takes over. So it's almost irrelevant. Because if enough people had boycotted the NFL, we'd be in a different situation right now. And we know that nobody boycotted Netflix. Yeah. So that didn't matter. But I think that if it became loud and became, and somebody said we need to boycott Roseanne during this block of television on ABC, your Hannitys and your Fox Newses will put out there that everybody needs to tune into this show. Yeah. And I don't think it would make a difference. Again, and it's just like in the beginning, you're not watching it because you weren't going to watch it. Yeah. But now it opened the door for all these other people to watch it.
Yeah. I'm not hating. We just said in the last segment that representation matters. So.
Yes, and again, there are liberals on the show also. So they have conservatives and liberals in the same house on the show. And David Galecki, we just researched, is going to come back to the show. Yeah. When he was on the show, he was very liberal. So I wonder if he's going to be liberal when he goes back.
Yeah, because him as a person and the actor in the show have liberal views.
Yes, very liberal views. And I think that, and then there's this little black girl on the show, which it makes no sense. And then there's gender.
I thought she said she was adopted.
She's adopted, but I always have that issue. Why would this white family adopt this one black little girl? This conservative white family adopt this little black little girl?
Because they're trying to share their love and show that they don't discriminate.
So you chose this one black. How did you go about that? Did you go in and say we want to adopt and we want a black girl?
And you think that's bad?
Yes, I think that's bad.
I don't think that's bad.
But why that one? Because there's poor white little boys and girls out there. Yeah. So why wouldn't you adopt a little white boy or girl?
Because statistically, little black children don't get adopted at the same rate as other races. So maybe they wanted to reach out in their own way to help. Can we look at it like that?
You can. Okay. Yeah, y'all let you look at it like that. Because that's not how I see it.
You just think she looks like an odd fit to the show?
A very odd fit to the show. Okay. Then there's a gender fluid little boy or girl in the show. And so there are some liberal views. And Aunt Jackie has always been a liberal. So there's some liberal views in the show.
Yeah. Do you think the show's going to make it?
I think, yes. I think the show's going to make it as long as there's this huge conservative liberal divide. Okay. Because love or hate, one way somebody's going to watch it.
Okay. So by make it, is that just one complete season? We're looking at 3 to 5 more seasons?
I don't see this show going too far. Like it depends. Okay, it depends. It's going to take writers and producers and keeping up with enough of what's going on in the world. Enough of what's going on in the world to keep it moving. And you have to be cognizant of how to word things. Because it could just take one bad line and everything, and you lost everybody. You've lost sponsors, you lost your followers, you lost people who hated. You lose everything, and I think it toes that line. So it's going to show talent if they can keep up with it.
Okay, so we'll see. We'll see it a season from now whether or not they made it.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if it will or not. So what else we got going on this week?
Kris Jenner. Yes. From Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kris Jenner is now Kanye West's manager. And the news came out that he fired his manager about a week ago. And has now put her on as his manager, or I should say momager, because that is his mother-in-law. And she's also the manager for Travis Scott. And what does this mean for his career? What is this, a desperate move? Is this a smart move? Because everybody's always like, these Kardashians, they're still in the news. Why are they still in the news? Why are they still famous? It's because of Kris. She is a marketing genius. She knows how to keep her and her family relevant. So is this a smart move for Kanye and Travis?
Okay, I've said this a few times. I believe everybody knows with me that I love Kanye West. I've been rocking with Kanye West since College Dropout. My favorite album ever, will always be my favorite album. And I think that Kanye is a genius when it comes to music and it comes to entertainment. So I think what he's doing is, I think he is taking a page from other geniuses in their fields. I think he is torturing himself personally. I think he is.
Wait, what?
I think he is torturing himself to create, because look at people you have artists who have starved themselves. You have artists who have completely secluded themselves from anybody they know, anybody that cares for them, to create the most amazing things in the world. So in my mind, Kanye West has completely separated himself from his whole prior life. Okay. He's now in this Kardashian
realm.
I'm going to call it this Kardashian torture circle.
Torture circle.
Yes. Of always being scrutinized, being talked about by almost the whole black community. And he doesn't look happy. He's gaining weight. He
looks drained.
He does. So I think this is his torture. I think that Kanye West is going to come out with one of the most amazing albums that he's ever created out of this situation.
So this is him being strategic.
I would say so.
This is strategic.
And even if he doesn't know it, even if he just fell into it, I think that something is going to come out of this that is going to be amazing. Okay. And again, like you said, with Kris Jenner, she is an amazing
marketer.
She's not a LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball is, in my mind, one of the most prolific marketing geniuses of right now. Okay. He has made all three of his sons relevant. Yeah. And without making any.
Are you buying Ball merchandise though?
Me, no.
Who's buying it?
Somebody's buying it. He's created a whole league in Lithuania. Somebody is buying it.
I need to know who was buying Ball merchandise.
And even if it's not the merchandise, people are tuning in for Ball. Yeah. People are tuning in for that family's life. He is the new age Kardashians. Okay. That's what he is. He's just stepped into that role. That's who LaMelo is Kim. Lonzo is what's the oldest one?
Oh, not the oldest. Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. Yeah. No. LeAngelo is Courtney. Yeah. And then Lonzo is the last one.
Kendall OJ's or Kylie?
Daughter. No, OJ's daughter.
Chloe.
Chloe. And he's Chloe. And that's what it is. And it's insane. So I think that the Ball is the marketing geniuses, but Kris Jenner has taken her family from, think about the things that she created her empire from. She created an empire from OJ's case, which her husband was one of the
lead prosecutor. He wasn't lead defenders. He wasn't the lead? No, I thought he was the lead.
Johnny Cochran was the lead.
I know Johnny Cochran was on there, but
he was on the team.
Okay, he was on the team. Sorry.
And so her husband was on the team at the time. And then from that, her daughters came up as these royalty in Hollywood.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say like American social
this
networks.
little royalty. Then through the whole Kim and Ray J thing, bloomed a TV show, reality show, and made them the most followed family
in the world.
In the world,
because I didn't know that their reach spanned outside of the U.S. I thought it was just a bunch of U.S. zombies, ages 13 to 17, that were watching. Nope. They literally tour and have book signings and go to the mall and have meetings all over the world. All over the world. Their reach is really, really far. So are we saying that this is a good move for Kanye?
I'm saying that it can't hurt.
Okay.
Where he is right now, it can't hurt him.
He can only go up from here.
He lost Jay-Z. He lost it can't hurt. There's nowhere so I'm just praying that something amazing is going to come out of this. What he's doing.
Okay.
Let's all pray for Kanye. Because he needs it.
Father, watch over Kanye, please. Watch over him. Oh, man. And we didn't talk about it when we were on the ABC thing, but Kenya Barris, the producer of Blackish, he is moving over to Netflix.
He's trying to.
Oh, you don't think it's definite?
No.
Because Shonda Rhimes is already...
Yeah, Shonda Rhimes' contract was up and she's leaving on good terms.
Okay.
He's leaving after this whole blow up about the episode of Blackish that didn't film.
You think it's because of that?
Why would it happen now?
I think it was always in the works.
I don't. I think Blackish was a show that everybody needed to be on network television. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be on Netflix. It needs to be on network television so that we can have something here too. It fit all the genres. It fit all the boxes. It checked all the boxes to where there was no issues. And then there's this big blow up to where we're hearing one side say that it's mutual and the other side saying that it wasn't mutual. Mm-hmm. The reason why they didn't air the NFL episode. And then 2 weeks later, we hear that he's trying to get out of his contract to go to Netflix. Oh, this is absolutely because of that. And what if ABC doesn't let him out?
Well, if ABC doesn't let him out, he'll have to finish it. But I think he might want to take Blackish to Netflix so that he can have a little bit more freeway with the writing, with the episodes, with the topics that are being discussed. Because I feel like if it was over on Netflix, we would have seen that NFL episode.
Right, but do you think that ABC is going to release one of their top grossing television shows?
I don't know what that contract says. I don't know what the rights are to that show. If it's like, Kenya's like, if I'm leaving, the show is going with me. I don't know.
Yeah, he tries that, and then we're like, nah, you can go. We'll bring in another writer.
But who?
We'll bring in Kenya Barris. We lost Barris. We'll bring in Barris, and she'll come and do it. They'll have the same name or close to it in there.
Because to me, it's kind of like with the Boondocks. When the main writer who started the show, when he left, the show was not the same. They didn't hit those topics that were not splitting, but those topics that were hard hitting that really affected the Black community. It wasn't the same after the main writer left from Boondocks.
Absolutely.
So if Kenya Barris leaves, the show is not going to be the same. I'm not taking anything away from Anthony Anderson. Yeah, yes, they do care, because if his writing and what he brings to the table is why the show is successful, then their bottom line is about the money and the success of the show. They're going to care about that.
This is my thing about this is what I mean. Will they care? Will they care enough to just give up their show? Will they care enough that this show will not be successful after this person leaves the show enough to give it up? Because apparently the Boondocks,
they kept going. Yeah.
They kept going. Let him leave.
Okay.
Then we'll keep going. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll get another year out of it. We'll still have viewers for this year.
Yeah.
And after this year, if they don't like it anymore, we'll take it off.
Oh,
I'm not just going to give it to you.
You're not just going to give up without a fight. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
And then they'll probably find some other writers that have the same type of sound, have something else to build this up. Because we have the executive producers on the show. We have Anthony Anderson. We have
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. They're on the show, and they're great writers as well. So I don't think
it's doomed.
Right. And if he leaves, I don't think there'll be love lost, but I don't think that we're going to lose Blackish. I don't think it's going to go to Netflix either.
Okay. We shall see.
We shall see. And Netflix is about that money. They're not going to just give up one of their top grossing shows.
Oh, you mean ABC?
Oh, ABC, yeah. What did I say? Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, what if they do a collaboration like how CBS does with, I want to say, Big Bang Theory and Star Trek, where you can show it on Netflix, but only after it has aired on CBS.
I don't think Big Bang Theory does that. You mean like a season after?
No. Like Star Trek.
Well, Star Trek is on the same time.
You're
right. But like Big Bang Theory isn't. Big Bang Theory is a season behind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, even something like that.
Well, I mean that's different. But they probably will do that. It's kind of like how NCIS is. NCIS has been out for 15 years, and 14 seasons are on Netflix because they're going to make their money.
Yeah.
If Kenya Barris leaves ABC to go to Netflix, and right now Blackish isn't on Netflix.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu only.
Yeah.
And it's only this season. You're not getting like the first season or the second season. You're only getting what's going on now. I don't foresee ABC doing that.
Okay. Ooh, what if Kenya Barris and Shonda Rhimes link up and do a project?
I don't want to watch it.
Why not?
I like Shonda. I like her voice.
You should have seen your face. You were like, I'm not watching that.
I like Shonda and I love her voice, and I love Kenya Barris's voice.
Yeah.
I don't see them working together. There's two different styles in what they do to me.
They have two different approaches?
Even in short films from Kenya Barris, I think that he's more of a... Kenya Barris is more of an in-your-face, this is everything that's going on. And Shonda Rhimes is... It sneaks in the back door, and then the elephant's sitting in the room with you.
Yeah.
There's never anything just...
Blatant.
And when it is blatant, she's not the writer or the director.
Oh,
okay. Like, look at episodes of Scandal. Look at episodes of Scandal.
Yeah.
Most of the times, racism and sexism and all those things were
subtle.
there, but they were really subtle.
Yeah.
And it was more like going through your day to day and what you deal with, and that, to where with Blackish, it was just in your face.
Okay.
This is the racism that you're dealing with. This is this you're dealing with. As small as microaggressions.
Yeah.
In like, what was the name of the show? Grey's Anatomy. The microaggressions in Grey's Anatomy,
left and right.
There.
Yeah.
And it's things like that. I don't foresee them doing something together. I think there'll be some clashing. Now, a Shonda Rhimes and Ava, I can see that. Kenya Barris and Ava, I can see that. Isn't that crazy? But I don't see them working together. They need that buffer. Yeah. I think Ava DuVernay is that buffer.
Okay.
Because she's done both ways. She's attacked it from both sides.
Yeah.
She's a real subtle with a lot of things. But at the same time, she can be like, hey, this is racist.
Yeah. Or, I loved Selma. Selma was, that was really good. Yeah. I loved it. Isn't it amazing that we're just at a point in art and in history when we can talk about whether or not these like producers and directors and writers are going to work together and what they can produce and what we can hope for. Like, I'm hyped right now because I'm like,
and that's cool.
Just to think about it.
At the same time, we do these things to where we're like, well, if it's not black, or we say things like that as well. What? Look at the artwork for President Obama and Michelle Obama at Smithsonian. So many people hated that they were portrayed the way they were, and they're black. There were black artists who did it, but we're like, that's not black enough for us. So why can't we just embrace? Why can't we just love the workplace we live in without bringing down?
Because I don't think it's about bringing it down. I think it's about now we're at a point where we can critique. We can critique it. We don't just have to blindly follow a black artist or, and just follow just because we need the support. We need our dollars to speak for themselves. But now we have actually good art, bad art. They're all subjective.
Right.
But we're at a point now where we can honestly and vocally, publicly critique it.
But let's critique it in the guise of the art that it is. Let's critique it in that panel instead of saying it's not black enough, or the skin tone is showing that it's not black skin tone.
Okay.
Let's say that, okay, I like it, I like the feel of it, or it doesn't have this or doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Say it, instead of degrading it all the way down to it being black or not.
Okay. I can understand where you're coming from now, where it's like, let's talk about the art for what it is. Let's use the terms that are specific for that genre. Right. Let's use the terminology for that to critique it.
Right. I'm the first person to ever say that I don't want any black person to get a pass. Mm-hmm. I don't want you to love, I don't love something just because it's black, just because I appreciate it because it's black, but I'm still going to critique it with an eye of a consumer or someone who loves art. I'm going to look at it like that, and can appreciate that I can look at their art as long right next to somebody white who created art, next to someone who is Asian, next to someone who is Filipino. I can do these things. And I love that fact. But I'm still going to look at it as art. If I don't like it, I'm going to voice why I do not like it, and it's not going to be because he's a black artist who didn't portray this in a black way.
Yeah. Okay. I can respect that.
Right. So what else we got going on?
Snoop is back in the news. He has a gospel album that just came out.
Snoop Lion, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Diggity Dog. Calvin. Which one he did? What did he do with Wiz Khalifa? What was the name of that?
I don't know.
Somebody goes back to high school or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
It might be. It might be. But Snoop has done everything. Snoop loves to do compilations. He loves to bring people together, which is amazing about Snoop. Yeah. People sleep on Snoop. He is probably one of the greatest rappers of my time. He came out after he is out. 20 years later, he can drop another album and it's still fire. Yeah. And there's not a lot of artists that can do that. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to listen to a Master P album right now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to, it's just, I don't feel
What about Lil Romeo?
Nah, I don't, Lil Bow Wow either. I don't see Murphy Lee. You remember Murphy Lee? He was with
the Saint Lunatics.
Yeah. I don't foresee, and I like Murphy Lee. Like I thought he was behind Nelly. I thought he was the hottest rapper in the group. Yeah. But again, I don't foresee them coming out with something right now and they just being fire. Okay. Like Snoop has done. Yeah. And Snoop does compilations. He did everything from reggae. He did his rap. He has a TV show right now, a podcast. Snoop is working. Then Snoop is religious. He came up in the church. He started off singing in a choir. So of course.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh yeah, he started off singing in the choir.
Yeah. Oh wow. So with you bringing up his background, that's why I like the idea and the concept of him doing an album, because he has an audience that may not know God, and by him talking about his faith, there might be somebody that comes to God, that comes to Jesus, and it's like, I just like that path is now being laid out for somebody to come to Jesus.
When you say don't know God, what do you mean?
They're not saved. They don't know Jesus as their savior. Okay. Yeah. Because
I think they know God. I don't think there's very many African Americans in the United States that don't know who God is, and know the stories, and they might not know everything. They might not know to an extent of someone who is saved, but I think they know, and I understand what you're saying. I do completely get what you're saying. I do completely think that is something that means something to the community, but I think he did it for himself. I think he loves gospel, and he loves the way people are doing things with gospel. And if he can find a way to get some of the best gospel artists together to create something under his name, I think that is a gift for himself that he's given to the world.
Okay. So I'm finally agreeing about being strategic. And now you don't think he's being strategic. You think that this was a personal, selfish move, that this was about him getting together with artists, not about what it would mean for the fans.
Snoop has positioned himself to where his strategy has paid off. He's in a place right now where Snoop is royalty. anywhere, in any form, in any place. Snoop could walk into the CMT Awards, the Country Music Awards, and be praised.
They know who he is. Yeah.
Right. He could go and do a show on Broadway and be praised. His strategy has paid off for him.
Okay.
It's through. So I think now he just gets to live in it. It's like when you're building your retirement and you finally retire and you just can relish in the money you've brought in for yourself over time. I think that's where he is.
Okay.
I don't think he needs to be strategic anymore. He's just Uncle Snoop who's out there like, hey, I'm gonna do this and here y'all go. Y'all can check it out. You know what I mean? Like he has all the time in the world to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
I think he is the pure embodiment of what every musical artist out wants to be.
Where they can relax.
Where they can get to that point.
Okay.
Even your Beyoncés, even your Drakes. Because I put those two close to the same level. Because those Beyonce and Drake they can't be touched. Like nobody can touch them.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my sister about that earlier. That they are worldwide.
Yeah.
And they once they're ready to stop. Well, no, the world's not gonna let them stop right now. Beyonce couldn't even have her babies and relax. She's on tour again.
Yeah.
The people love her, but Snoop. I don't know when last time Snoop has been out on tour.
On tour, yeah.
Not doing music. But I think he's at a point to where if he did want to do music himself and put it out, people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Let Snoop come out with a EP 6 out with 6 tracks. It's gonna be flying. Spotify's gonna have it as #1. iTunes is gonna be on Tidal.
Yeah,
it's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think he's at a point where he can just do what he wants to do.
And so with that, that's why I'm happy that this is something that he chose to do, because I'm thinking about the lives. I'm thinking a lot about the lives that are going to be touched by it. Even if it's just one person that turns around, it was worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, plus he's coaching now. He's coaching the little football team. So yeah, Coach Snoop is on Netflix. I mean, he's doing amazing things in his world, and I think he's doing because these are things that he wants to see and things that he wants to do. Yeah. I think it's separate. I don't think he's doing it for the people as much anymore. Okay. I think he's doing great things that affect people.
Okay. Wait, what?
I think he's doing great things that affect people.
But
I don't
not
think
for
he's doing
the people?
it for the people. Like, so right now, if a Lil Yachty was to put out an album, he's doing it for people to like and to consume and get praise from. Snoop will drop an album and not care if you download it or not. Because he wanted to be in the studio and wanted to do it, and it came out. His Reggae album. Have you ever heard it? No. Thank you. So that's what I mean.
Okay. For the love of the music. That's why he's doing it. Yeah. Okay.
Him, Eddie Murphy. He's doing reggae now. He has a whole album out.
Are you serious?
Yes, and it's actually pretty good. And he's a singer and he plays guitar.
You are kidding me.
No, and he has a track with Snoop.
Okay, after we're done, I gotta go listen to this because whenever I hear Eddie Murphy and music, I just think, my girl wants to funny all the time, funny all the time, funny all the time.
But Eddie Murphy is a talented musician.
You know what? We didn't have a 4Y subject for today's podcast, didn't. But that is going to be our 4Y topic. Yes. Eddie Murphy, why do you have a reggae album?
No, I think Eddie Murphy actually has Caribbean heritage. Okay. And if it's his ancestry, it's his heritage. I mean, I gotta look it up too. Yeah. But if it is, I'm not gonna fight it. Not gonna doubt
it. No, I'm not doubting or telling him he can't embrace his heritage, but everything is not for everybody.
You haven't heard it yet, though.
I know I haven't. No, I haven't. You're right. I'm being very biased right now. Right. Because I love reggae. I love soca music. I love calypso. And so for me, the party all the time comedian does not need to be singing reggae. And I don't think we could play it because I don't want it to be like some kind of copyrighted music. And then they shut us down.
But like I said, with Eddie Murphy, I don't know where his heritage is, where his lineage is, but if he has any Caribbean in him, okay, I don't care. Well, you know what? At this point, I don't care if he does or not. It's kind of the same way with what I say with Bruno Mars with cultural appropriation. It's not a cultural appropriation. I think it's embracing something that you've always loved.
Okay.
And so I think that it's just him expressing himself the way he wants to. Mm-hmm. He's also at a point to where he doesn't need anything. He doesn't have to do anything for anybody else. So why not sit back and just learn guitar,
do what he
wants,
and do music? Yeah. Okay. I guess. I'm not buying it though. I'm a listen. I'm gonna give it a listen.
Right.
But I just keep my girl wants to funny all the time, funny all the time, funny all the time.
And he's from Brooklyn. I mean, you got to think about that also. Think about the level of the amount of Caribbean
culture that's
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be around them regardless.
Yeah. I'll see. But this was nice. Do you have any closing words, Brother David?
I don't. I just want to say, everybody, thank you for listening to the podcast. Come check us out. We are on iTunes. We're on the Google Play Store. We are on Podbean. You can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, all at For the Culture.
And soon podcast. We're about to be on YouTube.
We're going to be on YouTube soon. We're going to start recording and having the videos up on YouTube, so you can check those out as well. Yeah. So, but I really think that we are on the verge of doing something great here with you and I.
Yeah, I think so too.
You have any closing thoughts?
No, you pretty much summed it up.
Well, thank you everybody for having us today. And this is
For the Culture.